Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I'm gonna do this video from the trenches of the Bitcoin versus XRP war that's waging all over X. This got so big, the exchanges are starting to notice as well. Uphold says, XRP Army versus Bitcoin Maxis. What are the three of the biggest common misconceptions people have about your favorite cryptocurrency? Well, right now, the Bitcoin Maxis are saying that XRP is a company. It's not a cryptocurrency. They also go on to say that Ripple is keeping Bitcoin out of the strategic reserve. And Ripple is also bringing about the collapse of Tether. Ripple is not doing anything. Trump decided to create a reserve for the United States. And because it's not Bitcoin only, all these people just got pissed off about it. And a lot of people think I'm being very ruthless on X because of my post. And it's like, I'm not being ruthless. I'm trying to educate some of these people to what's going on. There's new investors coming into crypto and they're watching this war play out right now in real time. Even David Schwartz addressed it. Why did Bitcoin Maxis start attacking XRP out of nowhere? David Schwartz said, we started pushing for a level playing field where the government doesn't play favorites. That was always what the Maxis most feared. What happens to Maxis if a level playing field comes to be? I think Bitcoin stays number one for a long time because the value of money doesn't come from its technology, but largely from network effects. But who knows? Here's what I see happening. I think Bitcoin's going to lose the number one spot once the United States decides to pull the plug on Tether. And I think that's coming. A lot of the value in Bitcoin will disappear very fast with the fall of Tether. All of crypto will go down. It'll be like a black swan event. But a handful of cryptocurrencies will bounce right back. And regulations is another problem as well. Regulations will end Tether. And we have stablecoin regulations coming in the short term. But I tried to talk to some of these Bitcoin Maxis. And this is what you're hit with. Bitcoin only, or you're an effing retard. That's how they talk to people when you ask them a simple question. I asked a guy earlier today, I said, what does it matter if XRP is part of a strategic reserve? And they said, Bitcoin or nothing, but that's right. I can't talk to someone like you because you're a shit-holding retard. Shitcoin-holding retard. And it's like, how do you address that? Then right away, they always go to, you're just going to stay poor. Only poor people don't invest in Bitcoin. Where do they get that narrative from? The mainstream media. Take a listen to Scaramucci here.
Do me a glossary check, Anthony. Bitcoin, stablecoin, meme coin, tokens, are they all the same thing?
No, and so what Bitcoin really is, and without giving up too much detail on television to bore people, but it's become...
Why would you address people as poor people? You know, I'm sure a lot of you are very well off as XRP holders. It's not about rich or poor. It's not about this is a cryptocurrency and this isn't. This is the crypto space. The problem is this. They now see a threat coming from XRP. So right away, they go on the defensive. That's what's really going on. The Digital Asset Working Group will evaluate the potential creation of a national digital asset stockpile built from seized cryptocurrencies. Here's a list of seized coins held by the US government worth over $1 million. And there's the list right there. And of course, Bitcoin is the biggest hold by the US government. But I don't see the US government buying any more Bitcoin. I think they're not going to sell this Bitcoin under Trump, which is a good thing for Bitcoin investors. But they're not going to go and buy more because of this right here. They tried to make this trend as far as they possibly can. Bitcoin maxis wanted this to be the reason to buy Bitcoin, but in my opinion, it failed. Watch Trump's reaction as they're making that transaction at that New York City bar.
Here, phone. You're just going to scan this QR code here with this phone if you want to take that from him. Scan that QR code right here. Take a picture. Oh, right there. Right there. Just that one. Slight technical difficulty.
All right. And fantastic, it went through. Right. I need to refresh the invoice.
Invoice?
Refresh the invoice.
Oh, it did go through. All right, we're done.
Perfect.
The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol. History.
You know what that means? That's history. History of the making. Hello, everybody. I got to go back and see those people.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
Right this way.
You see how enthusiastic Trump was. That was the moment I think Trump lost interest in Bitcoin. Right away, he was like, let me out of here. I got to go talk to these people over here. But they wanted to use this as fuel to try to say Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that's going to be held by the US government. The other problem with this is the fact that I don't even think that transaction fully went through. Plus, look at how long it took. Trump was probably like, I could reach in my pocket and pull out cash and get this done and over with in a matter of a couple of seconds. But that's what they rely on. They have to keep that hype going, because if the hype dies, Bitcoin dies. It's a reason why Wisdom Tree released an article last month directly comparing Bitcoin and XRP. Did Wisdom Tree know this was coming? I think Wisdom Tree is like the grown-up entering the room saying, listen, XRP is so much better than Bitcoin. And XRP is the future. Bitcoin is the past. That's what Wisdom Tree was trying to point out. And even Linda P. Jones addressed it. I don't know why the Bitcoin maxis are so surprised. Your overlords already told you no purchase would be made by the US government in 2025. And you see, the US government will not purchase Bitcoin in 2025, but it will create a stockpile using coins it already holds. And there will be some movement within the departments and agencies to examine an expanded Bitcoin reserve policy. Why would the government use taxpayer dollars to stack something and then hold it for 20 years to potentially pay off the US debt? Plus, you know the ties to Bitcoin and China. Time to unite. Brad Garlinghouse emphasizes that crypto has a certain element of religious wars and people with extreme points of view, utility versus ideology. And take a listen to what Michael Arrington says in this video as well.
One of the things I think we both have witnessed is, crypto has a certain element of kind of religious wars and people with extremely strong points of view. When you see that, how do you think about delineating between the religious wars and utility versus just ideology?
Well, first of all, it was surprising for me. So when we announced our fund, which is Arrington XRP Capital, and so we're obviously have some ties to the cryptocurrency XRP. I just thought people would welcome me to the industry with open arms as a new player and expanding the universe of crypto. And I realized like immediately I ran into like a brick wall of people who hated XRP with a passion that I have never seen before. And you're right, it's a religious viewpoint. It is worse than even the open source versus closed source battles that we've had decades ago now. And so I was very surprised and shocked, actually, like literally shocked at like the people who hated me, who I never met just because I had chosen apparently one side of the crypto war. It is understandable now because we're dealing. I realize with hindsight that we're dealing with money.
You know, it all comes down to utility. They see the shift coming. They know the institutions are going to flood into this space over the coming months. They know there's regulations coming and it's not going to play out well for Tether. And they know that once utility gets here, it's going to change everything forever because the 4-year cycle will be broken. That is a given. And this war that's going on right now is nothing new. The problem is this: XRP is now above $3. When it was sitting at 50 cents going sideways, nobody really cared. They were like, oh, well, it's just XRP. It's a dead coin. It's a dino coin. But then XRP broke out. And now there's a lot of talk about the banks getting involved with crypto now because of SAB 121. And they all know the banks are not going to custody Bitcoin. They're going to custody XRP because they could utilize XRP to fix problems inside of the banking system. It's a war that they're fighting that was a loss before it even started, because you cannot fight against fixing real world problems. It just doesn't work. If something fixes a problem in the real world, that's it. That's what's going to be utilized. And you could try to hype something as much as you want, but once people see real value, smart money always follows real value. And that's why they're scared of XRP. Remember, XRP equals Bitcoin for banks. Bitcoin is $90,000 plus without banks. It's now over 100K. Now imagine where XRP could go with them. The fact that XRP was never fighting the banks is the reason why the banks will work with XRP. If you talk to any Bitcoin maxi right now, the very first thing they tell you when they talk about the US dollar is Bitcoin's going to replace the US dollar. It's going to replace the Fed. It's going to replace the banking system. Well, when you talk like that, nobody wants to work with someone like that. And when you go on the defensive because you know that what you're holding doesn't solve a problem, that is a red flag. It shows that what you're holding has no real value. It's nothing more than a glorified meme coin. And the smart money is going to leave once utility shows up. And that's going to happen. And you're going to see that money not just pour into XRP. You're going to see it pour into XLM and XDC and HBAR, QNT, IOTA, Algo, ADA. Because these are the cryptocurrencies that's going to move the world forward. It's going to fix the financial system. People want fast, cheap, and secure. Bitcoin offers none of that. But utility does. These utility-driven cryptocurrencies allow for real-time payments, micropayments, and that's all the talk right now. That's what people actually want. They don't want to buy something and hold it for years, hoping it goes up in price 4 years from now again. And that's what's shifting. That whole idea that Bitcoin is going up forever, that's coming to an end now. Because once the 4-year cycle ends, that's it. We are going to go into a much different time from here. And you could all see it playing out. Even the shift with the US government, the shift in the way politicians are now talking, you could see it coming. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.